is up, guys? It's D-Diddy171 here, and today I'm going to cover a topic that's extremely important. It's a lot more serious. This is a follow-up video of two of my videos. One is the X-Jaws and cyberbullying, and the other one is the PS4 sucks, because I was making fun of the Xbox Live community now with a bunch of kids with cyberbullying. I'm going to talk more about cyberbullying itself. Cyberbullying is really a big problem in the United States right now. And so what is cyberbullying? Well, there's a legal definition, and I quote, cyberbullying is, quote, actions that use information and communication technologies to support deliberate, repeated, and hostile behavior by an individual or group. This is intended to harm others or another. Use of communication technologies for intention of harming another person, or use of internet service and mobile technologies such as web page and discussion groups, as well as instant messaging or SMS text messaging with the intention of harming another person. But here is the best definition. This is from the National Crime Prevention Council. It's very simple and very straightforward. What is cyberbullying? When the internet, cell phones, or other devices are used to send or post texts or images intended to hurt or embarrass another person. I'm going to give you an example of one of these situations of a cyberbullying. You may know this guy. He was a subject of my previous video, X-Jaws girlfriend. This is X-Jaws, and he is talking about a guy named I Fly Illini, and he was caught, doing some provocative things, but he was kicking himself. He was kicking him when he was down. So I'm gonna roll that clip, and I want you guys to remember the definition of cyberbullying when I play this.
He was whoring himself out for money. He was literally being a whore for money online. Like, I'm not using whore in a derogatory term. I'm using whore as like a definition sense for these tokens. And he's a YouTuber who's getting millions of views a month. So you start thinking, you do a little math, millions of views a month. He's making thousands of dollars. He made definitely over $10,000 in some months of his new YouTube career. He's only been doing it for like 3 months, by the way. He still feels he needs to ask for likes on videos all the time, and also do this other gig and ask for tokens all the time. He's asking for tokens and likes, because that's what he does. And I wonder how long he's been doing the chatterbait thing for. Like, did we just ruin his chatterbait career, or did we just ruin his YouTube career? That's the interesting part.
Okay, guys, you guys watch the clip. I got the full clip, the link in the description. But let's think about the definition of cyberbullying. This definition of cyberbullying is when the internet, cell phone, or other devices are used to send or post text and images intended to hurt or embarrass another person. He was embarrassing I Fly Illini, because he was basically kicking him down. He has tons of subscribers. He has tons of views, and his mission was to get attention, and also to maybe even get money, because that video was monetized until he left Machinima at the time. So that was just more of a bigger example of more of a prominent example of cyberbullying that was on YouTube right now. But I want to get into why do people cyberbully? Why do people cyberbully? People cyberbully because they, instead of regular bullying, people cyberbully because they don't say it to their face, because it's easier to say provocative things as an anonymous name, like maybe like Bandit Gamer or something like that, or some weird name. And also, it's sometimes easier to speak your mind when you just type it out instead of saying it out loud, and also maybe input it in a media form. So that's why people cyberbully instead of doing it itself, and do it face to face, I should say. And also, one of the reasons why people cyberbully is sometimes they get bullied themselves, and they also and they get bullied themselves, and they makes them feel better for themselves. And this is another part. After X Jaws made that video, and then it was found out he was dating a porn star, he was getting hate for all that stuff, because sometimes makes the little kids that were watching him and knew about that, makes them feel better, and because they may be being cyberbullied and all that stuff. So it's like an endless cycle, if you know what I mean. Some other things about cyberbullying that's really striking, and we had extreme cases like the Amanda Todd incident. If you've seen her video, I'll put a link to her video in below. But she was getting cyberbullied so much that she committed suicide, and her video went viral. And we don't know who really bullied her. Apparently, it was a 32-year-old man. But it got to her so much that she committed suicide, and this is why it's such a problem right now, because some people can't really take bullying, and bullying is wrong, especially for young kids, and they might do drastic measures like commit suicide or even self-inflict pain on themselves, which is really terrible. According to National Crime Prevention Council in a survey conducted in 2011, and this is only a 2011 number, and this might actually be even more now. About one half of American teens, a little over than one half of American teens, have been cyberbullied. That's astonishing. Let's just say, if you're in a high school class, and you've seen like 30 people, 15 of them have been victims of cyberbullying in some way or form, whether it be on Facebook, text messaging, or probably one of the biggest versions of cyberbullying, probably YouTube and Xbox Live. I cannot admit, when I see cyberbullying on YouTube, I look at some of these girls that they post some lyric videos, when they of themselves singing to express themselves. You know what they sometimes get if they're not that good, or maybe they don't look that as great as people think? They said, "Oh, you're ugly, you're fat, you're terrible, you're a loser." And I'm thinking, wow, seriously, guys? Is that how this community has gone to? It's gone down to crap now. Heck, I get cyberbullied a little bit. I get put messages, and I'm not going to show them to you though, but I get messages basically calling me the N-word, and also call me some other names. And you know what I do? I ban those people. I will not tolerate that stuff. And also, if I ever get like a death threat, I'll call the cops on them. That's the way you do it. But going back to the cyberbullying thing, cyberbullying is wrong. But how do you deal with it? That's the question, though. How do you deal with it? The one thing you cannot do is just let it go. Because if you do nothing about cyberbullying, it will continue until the bullier suffers consequences. And those consequences probably the best consequence that cyberbully can have is basically when their friends or other peers turn on them. And one of the reasons is like, when someone gets called fat and all that stuff, there's response comments that say, "No, you're the loser," or, "This is not right," or something like that. It makes them think. It makes them go back and think, what did I really do? Because the peers turned on them. And I believe that has the best impact. That's one of the best ways to combat cyberbullying, is when their peers turn on them and say, "This is wrong." That's probably the best way to combat cyberbullying. The other way to combat cyberbullying is to talk to somebody. Talk to an adult. And say, "I am being cyberbullied, and I don't know what to do with it." And also talk to your parents, saying, "I'm a victim." And when you tell somebody, you are not weak. You are not weak. You are being responsible, and you're taking actions. And if you take actions, I believe that you are a strong person. Because I think, honestly, if you're doing nothing about cyberbullying and you're being cyberbullied, I think that is being weak. Because you are just taking the punishment. But that's the one thing, that's the best thing to combat cyberbullying, is for their peers to turn on them. And also, the authorities involved know about it, and they can do counseling and all that stuff. And also, one other thing to combat cyberbullying is that, just speak up for yourself, saying, I'm not ugly. I mean, I feel like I'm talented, or I'm not this, I'm not that. Just saying nothing and just taking the punishment, it's a cop out, I think. And it is weak, being weak. Because when you're doing nothing, you're just enticing the bully to do it more. And do it more and do it more until maybe it becomes unbearable. So if you're a bully, stop it. And if you're bullying someone on my channel, I'll ban you. Period. And if you're getting bullied, talk to somebody. Talk to your peers. And just don't be quiet. I want to thank you for watching this episode. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on my next video. And thank you for this.